You see here, hi guys. Gee, addictions. Am I ever glad I'm not addicted to YouTube? There's so many other good addictions that one can have. Take for example this one. Can you see this? Let me see if I can move this. Yeah, this is one about good old Homer Simpson and Barney. Now, that's an addiction. Addiction to what? Beer. But I'm not addicted to computers. Now, why would I be addicted to computers? Shh. It's actually quite late, and I'm in the basement so that nobody can hear me make this video. But I'm not addicted, but I just had to make another YouTube vid before going to bed, and I wanted to look at a few more things on YouTube before going to bed, but I'm not addicted. Just a minute. Can I have a bit of beer? This is actually a VB. You know where I heard about VB the first time? On YouTube. It's the Fat Aussie Bastards beer, but I'm not addicted. I have no problems whatsoever. That's my mouse hand. You see, I work with my mouse with the right hand, and I haven't actually touched my computer mouse in the last, must be 15 minutes, I guess, since I came down here in my basement and set things up. But yeah, I'm not addicted. No, seriously, actually. Computer addictions. I've been online since 1995 approximately. The internet, there was the first browsers coming out. Most of the stuff at the time was online. Online that I mean writing online, typing things in, online in that sense. It wasn't visual browsers. Well, they were the first ones. But computers, can you live without them today? What is the difference between normal usage and addiction? I think actually I realized that I've been on for quite a while. I'm in a way addicted to computers, because if I'm away from them a while, I start getting itchy. I'd like to go see what's online. But it's nothing to do with, it's got nothing to do with the same type of addiction, I would think, as drinking a bottle of wine or a glass of beer or so on. It's an addiction to information, I think. Very often useless information, but at the same time, it's like checking out the latest newspaper, going and looking at my daily comics, things like that. It's all the things that I would be doing or trying to do anyway, one way or another. Now, what about YouTube? YouTube's an addiction. Now, I was away the other day, it was a Sunday, and we were at friends, and I was without my YouTube for a while. And I really wanted to get on there. I put up a few vids, some of the vacation vids. I wanted to see, were there any comments, if people looked at them. I even wanted to look at them myself over again. I think that's addictions. That's an addiction. Can I get away from it? Well, I think I can. Have I tried? Yeah, I have actually, a few times. But it's almost like forced cold turkeys, where I'm away and I have no real choice but to be away from it. Can I survive without it? Yeah, but I think actually my life wouldn't be as nice in a way, because I use the computers for so much in real life. But that's actually almost like work, doing e-banking, ordering things. I mean, I could find ways around that. I'm addicted to the social contacts with time, but that's just because of YouTube. It's funny because I never managed to get addicted to things like places like MySpace. I never managed to get addicted to Facebook, although I know a lot of people are. I've never been actually attracted to computer games. Family members, my children, all of them, they've had games. I never liked electronic games. That's probably why I'll be very lousy farm town, because I'm sorry, I just don't want to stay up and wait for a crop. And I know this is going to be very mean what I say, but I don't find it all that interesting. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm lousy at games, always was. I never liked board games. So I guess I just don't like computer games. I never have. And if that was all there was to computers as computer games, I probably wouldn't even have one. Because it really is nothing that makes me excited. How would I get people off of computers? Is it necessary? I think the thing is, when is it necessary? Are you into online gambling? Are you losing your money? I mean, in a serious way? Are you into porn? Are you destroying your marriage or health? Things like that? If you're doing things like that, yeah, I guess you should get away from these addictions. How would I get away? You know, like any addictions, I don't think you can do it alone. I don't really think you can. I mean, there's something about addictions. I mean, it goes to your brain. It's that dopamine that's one of these pleasure chemicals. It's the same one that's, you know, getting us on for sex. It's the same one for all these pleasurable moments. It's parts of your brain that are lighting, you know, just going full time. And it's hard to break away from these things. It's like nicotine and so on. Can you do it alone? It's difficult. I think, and actually, like many things, you probably might need help. And funnily enough, you know, you can almost find help online, because you can get away from some of those addictions by going to some other ones which are less harmful. It's a bit like going from going to methadone if you're a heroin addict. On the other hand, I mean, if you think about it, what would I do if I was away from television? If I was away from YouTube, maybe I'd go on television more. That's actually what I got away from a bit from television. Would I read more? Well, I'm one of these lucky persons that has a long train ride, and I actually use a train to read. I could actually go online on a train, but I don't. I take that time for reading. So that's where I read. So how do you get away from computer addictions? You gotta find time for something else. You gotta go outside. You gotta, I don't know if you can read a book or something like that, but the thing is, if you read a book, you gotta read it somewhere where you're not near your computer. I see the time's moving on. Am I addicted? To YouTube, yes. To computers general? In a way, yes, but it has to be something interesting. It has to be something that turns me on. Will I get bored of YouTube and then go on to something else? I would say the answer would be yes, if there would be no more friends and no more contact. I mean, you know, I can't live on an island alone. And that's the whole thing, actually. And I think that's why, at least in my case, I get addicted to things like YouTube, because I'm not alone on my island. And that's why I don't get addicted to a lot of video games, because it's, even if it's me against a computer or whatever, I know there's other online games, but there's not that real social contact. I'm looking for social contact, and that's what I'm getting on YouTube. So I don't know if this was much help. Addictions, yeah, a lot of us are addicted. Can we get away from them? Only, as far as I'm concerned, would help, or with a substitute. Well, that was my little bit. Not my best response, but I'm not addicted. I'm going to actually go check my YouTube vids now, but I'm not addicted. BC signing off.